Hey, it's Valkyrie Love. You're probably not so local religious extremist, and I am tired today. But we're doing this anyways because I haven't streamed in how long has it been? Almost 2 weeks now? I don't remember. Things got busy. Things got real busy real fast, and I still need to fix my hair clipping through my face. But in my defense, I made the hair in like 5 seconds, so we're ignoring it, and I'm gonna fix it later. But anyways, so I figured that I might as well go ahead and uh oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, technical difficulties. Yes, so one thing that I have really enjoyed in the past was Rambu's Generation Loss because of the extreme amount of lore involved in all of it. Um, and so I figured might as well present something about it on stream. See, see what y'all think of it. Oh shoot, I don't have a background for this, do I? Oh, that might be bad. I don't know if that's going to be. Hmm. Give me 1 second. Didn't think about that part of things. You are going to move down to the back. Okay, now we're good. Okay, I think we're okay. Anyways, as I was saying, um, figured might as well go ahead and make a presentation to do on stream. This is also the first, well, no, it's not the first presentation that I've ever made. It's the first one that I've ever made on a passion project just for fun. Um, and I'm not entirely certain how to work Google Slides half the time, but we're hoping it's gonna work out okay. And I don't know, I guess we're gonna see how it goes because I've really enjoyed Generation Loss. Um, and thought I might as well share it with anybody who wants to enjoy it with me. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say. So, might as well get into it. So, this is an overview and nerds analysis. What? Am I too far to the right? I'm too far to the right. Sorry. We're working on it. There we go. Okay, we're fixed. Anyways, yeah. So this is an overview and nerds analysis of Generation Loss. Also bear in mind this is only including the Generation 1, the social experiments. We're not going into Gen 0 at the moment because that is a lot and I haven't gone through all of it. So we're gonna deal with that sometime in the future whenever I know more about what I'm doing there. Yeah. For today, going to do general summary of the social experiments, which, as I said, we're not Generation 1, the social experiments, we're not going into Gen 0 at all, even though that is fascinating and provides a lot of lore insight, we're not gonna do it. Once I know more about what I'm doing, absolutely. But at the moment, no thank you. After the general summary, we're gonna go into specific summaries of the teasers. All of the teaser trailers that were released before it, and by specific summaries I mean going through naming all of them and giving a 1-2 sentence description as to what happens in them and what purpose they convey. And then last but not least, we're going to be watching through all of the teasers and maybe going through pulling out some individual things and gonna give my opinions on some stuff, maybe mark some stuff so that y'all know for later, like somebody mentions something, seems innocuous enough, and then I say, hey, you should make note of that. Yeah, that one's gonna be important later. Mm-hmm. Better rotate a little bit that way. Come on, dude. There, you gotta face towards the slideshow. There we go. That's better. Carrying on. Content disclaimer. Yes, content disclaimer is important. This stream, we won't reach anything that is mature at all. Why is my mouse cursor there? What the heck? Come on, dude. What? Sorry, y'all. A little bit scuffed. Do not capture cursor. There we go. Okay. Okay, I see now. We're okay. We got it. Anyways, carrying on. We won't reach anything mature in this stream. But the original live streams include some sensitive topics and a decent amount of swearing as well. It's not for everybody, and a lot of people would be made uncomfortable by this. I'm still debating if I want to try to watch through and react to all of the streams, if I want to try to edit them so that we can watch through them, but without all of the, cursing. However, psychological horror is a main part of generation loss. So, yes, basically, I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth whenever we get to the point where it's necessary, but essentially, do your research on things, decide if it's okay for you or not, and stay safe. I don't want y'all to rush in here thinking it's silly little thing, and then, oh, no, psychological horror, and everyone's cursing all of the time. Moving on. General summary of generation loss. Kind of in general, but mostly just the social experiments. That it is a psychological horror series by the Twitch streamer Rambu. Hey, Ami, how's it going? So, yeah, Twitch streamer Rambu is rather fun in general. It's made less fun content for me to watch, at least lately. But Generation Loss is really well done. And throughout this, the audience gets to make choices on the events that happen during the entirety of the series, or the main part of it, at least. For example, in the first episode, in the cabin, the first choice that you get to make is like to figure out the system and everything. The audience gets to choose to push a vase off of a shelf, or I believe it's said to haunt the vase. And I think Rambu did this by making polls, and then he had an earbud, and people would tell him what choice people had made and what he had to do next. And there is a lot of lore, hence why I'm fascinated by this. Because there's a whole lot going on, and I am a sucker for anything that includes a lot of lore because I like trying to figure stuff out. And I have spent countless hours trying to figure out generation loss. And so I'm sharing it so that my insanity can at least be worth something. The teaser trailers. This is going to be the main subject of today's stream. Oh wait, hold on. I've just realized I don't have my notes document open. That was okay. It's okay. we're getting there. Okay, so the social experiment. It's the first one is just titled Generation Lost: The Social Experiment's official teaser. This is just the first trailer. It basically just establishes that this world exists and that generation loss is going to happen. And it kind of gives a little bit of the general vibe of glitchiness and all of that. It's when we go in depth on the teasers, there isn't really much to go in depth on for this, but we're still gonna watch it because it sets the vibe for the rest of it, and it's a little bit important. Um, then the second one is connecting, um, which is essentially a teaser for the next teaser, if that makes sense. Um, it's just some audio a over a static image of a VHS tape. Um, there's yeah, mostly music, a little bit of I think there's one voice line at the end of it. So it's a little bit more lore than the first teaser, but not too much. Um, Connected is the sequel to Connecting, um, where there's a little bit more lore and um some more world building as well. There's like a lot of words flashing up on screen, more uh I guess that's like the first example of the glitches being like important, I would say, or like giving important phrases, stuff like that. Um, and then the announcement. This one is, I think, my favorite teaser because there's so much going on and it's very clearly an in-universe announcement. It's Showfall Media, the company running the social experiments in universe, doing an announcement in a rather creepy way. It is very well done for what it's meant to be. Um, and using an announcer who doesn't quite seem to be real, which is fascinating. But we'll talk more about that when we get there. Um, and then the hero is the final one, which is essentially just I believe I don't remember exactly when this was, but I believe it was very shortly before the first episode was live streamed. And so it was basically just saying like, a series is happening, don't forget about it, it's soon. Um, and there was a link in the description to a game on the Generation Loss official website, which isn't there anymore, but I have found a video of somebody playing through it. It's like 2 minutes or so. It's not really much of a decision-based game. You just kind of walk around and find the lore, but we're gonna look at that as well since there's not much lore in the hero specifically. Um, I think next, yeah, we go through the teasers, which may or may not load. I don't know how well this is going to go because I'm doing this all on one laptop, and I also am not certain if the audio is going to work. Um, wait a moment. You're gonna need to hear you. I maybe should have thought this through a little bit more. Um, hold on. Method, capture audio. Okay. Okay, this may or may not go well. And if not, we're gonna fix it and try again next time. Um, Especially if you want to be reacting to the whole thing. Or reacting, summarizing, watching through it, whatever we're doing. I've watched it before, so I don't think it would count as a reaction, but watching through and talking along with it. Um, yeah. See if this works. Please work. much in terms of lore in that one. What? Why did you do that? Hold on. Sorry, hold on. We gotta fix this. There's no other tabs open, but I don't want it to show something else. Why did you do that? Was it because I pressed the escape button? That might have been the problem, actually. Okay, hold on. I did not do any testing on this beforehand, and I probably should have. But I figured out all the other things, just not this one. Okay, so you're not gonna work. Okay, so new conclusion. We're not gonna full screen the videos. We're just gonna keep moving on. We're not gonna full screen the videos, or you're gonna have to watch them. And, what's it? Just small. Yep, that works. Why are you playing again? Stop it. Don't do that. We're moving on. We're done with you. Connecting. This is one of the ones where it gets fun. So, yeah. I think, yeah, I don't think there's much to say before starting it, but got the music in the background. Oh, why are you quiet? Oh, wait, it's seconds because my laptop's quiet. Never mind. My bad. So, hold on, wait, we're gonna pause it here briefly. So, that the music, I don't know how much the music matters for this. It may not matter very much. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Uh, Having fun with this slideshow, talking about all the things that I never get to talk about. How are you doing? Um, yeah, the music. I don't know if the music is relevant at all, but I did notice that all of the songs are from the soundtrack, the official soundtrack for John Lost, which was made by Nathan Hanover's Symphonic Orchestra, I believe. Um, nice. Glad you're doing well. Um, yeah, where yeah, Nathan Hanover's Symphonic Orchestra did the soundtrack for this. Did a wonderful job. I'm going through my presentation that I've put together on the on Rambu's Generation Lost, The Social Experiments. Um, just psychological horror series. Um, and the stream going through the different teaser trailers. And next time I'm going to be looking more at the streams themselves. But I haven't that's a lot more in depth than the trailers, and I don't have time for that today. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna be able to do um all the different teasers. Um there's a lot going on in these that I don't know if it's important, but I'm going to pretend it's important so that I don't miss anything. She can't get the spot. Um, I don't quite understand the question there. She can't get the spotlight. This might just be me not knowing Twitch terminology because I'm very new to everything with that. Um, but yeah, I'm very good at if you green light task something else. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can ask whatever. Um, well, you can ask whatever. I might not answer whatever, but yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, so I'm yeah, I'm very good at with these picking out all of the individual tiny little details and saying maybe this one's important. Um, except for the author of design. Um, Just ideas for your stream. Maybe. That might be fun. I would rather not talk about it on stream because I'd like to get back to the presentation right now. But if you want to message me and talk about it afterwards, we can. Yeah, not right this moment though. But thank you. Um, yeah. Yeah, I like to pick out all of the little details and pretend something is important or pretend everything is important because if I don't do that, I'm gonna miss little things. So I'm just taking some amazing ideas. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Um, don't mind to connect on Discord. Choose me some sample design stuff with you. Not right this moment, but afterwards. If you reach out afterwards, we can talk about it. Um, yeah, going through, grabbing all the little things that uh may or may not matter, but if I don't look at everything and say that's important, I'm gonna miss something that is actually important. So I, being the nerd I am, looked through the soundtrack and found which songs these were. And the first, hold on, actually I should pop back over and start from the beginning on it. The first song here is Live or Die. It's the song from the very end. Oh, are you gonna load? Yeah, this is Live or Die, and it goes into Hedge here. And then Spirit of the Slime. This is Spirit of the Slime. Followed by the title card. And then that's the Shuffle Media, little jingle thing that they have going on. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so the type your Discord in chat. I would not like to do that, but I will reach out to you on Discord later if I decide I'm interested. But thank you. Yeah, so I don't know that the songs are important, but it might be because it's third episode and then a bit that appears in most of the episodes, I think. At least the second and first one, for certain. And then something from the first episode. And then title card from the very beginning. Like, the very beginning of all the episodes. And then the Shuffle Media thing. Very interesting. No thank you. I'm getting uncomfortable with this. If you could please stop asking, that would be very much appreciated. I haven't decided if I'm interested yet. And I would like to get back to my presentation at the moment and think more about it later. So that and there's a section at the end after the Shuffle Media thing goes off. There's a line here, if it'll load.
If you have any information on these individuals, don't hesitate to call. We thank you for your cooperation during these times.
So, what he says there is, if you have any information on these individuals, cuts off halfway through him saying times. Why is everything glitching out? Come on, stop. Okay, Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you for your cooperation during these times, and then it cuts off. And the description of the YouTube video says from one to another in binary code, which love all of the codes. There are so many codes in binary in this series. It is so much fun. And I, being the nerd I am, did indeed copy and paste and translate them myself instead of looking to the comments for solutions, because I know I can do that, and I know it's the easy way to do it because everybody's already done it. But I'm stubborn and I'm gonna translate it myself. So that's connecting. I don't have any other notes for that. It's pretty simple. No, don't play again. No, we're moving on. Man, I have no clue how to work Google Slides. Yeah, so connected. This one is where it starts getting more in depth and a little bit more going on. Yeah. Can attempt to play it. If it'll load, it might not. Here we are. Yeah, connecting. The description of the video also just says welcome. And this is the title card music from earlier as well. So that flashed through 4 different times. It cycled through. Look into infinity. You are now worthy. One of many. That flashed through 4 times, and then one of millions, one to another, and then here it flickers to one to yours for about a frame or 2. Generation 1, the social experiments. So epic. I love this so much. And then we've got this of the different papers going on here. Messages, presumably from someone involved in Showfall Media. Of the top one being lies with the Showfall logo crossed out. Which is, we haven't seen the logo yet at this point, so it's a bit difficult to tell what it's meant to be. But yeah, it's the Showfall Media logo, but with a big cross through it, or big X through it. We've got Do Not Watch and It Isn't a Show are the 2 big ones there. And then the one in the middle, it has all changed. It has changed everything. It will change everything. I will stop it. Do not watch. And then it isn't for us. Us is underlined there. I haven't decided how important that is yet. I'm forming theories in my brain, but they aren't going to make any sense until we've gone through at least the other trailers, likely until the episodes, till we've gone through the episodes themselves. Anyways, carrying on. Maybe. Are we gonna carry on? Yeah. Oh, and then the video, wait, hold on. We're gonna, I don't know if, okay, so trying to go frame by frame does not work. Wait, hold on. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Connected. This is the right video. Yes. Okay. That did not want to calm down. So going frame by frame is not going to work unless we go full screen on the video. In which case we gotta fix the whole thing again. Okay. That might be what we have to do. Well, because it's, yeah, okay, we're gonna go full screen and try to go frame by frame through this. But also, my laptop doesn't like going frame by frame sometimes. Oh, you're not even gonna do it now. Thank you. That's so wonderful. I appreciate that so much. We're gonna turn down the the playback speed. We're just gonna turn it all the way down and just pause it. There we are. So it's this dude. This is the guy who ends up being in the announcements video. I gotta, one moment. Close this out. Exit. New slideshow. Oh, it friggin' messed it up. Gosh darn it. I should have expected that. Yeah, so it restarted the video there. My bad. But yeah, it's the dude who ends up being in the announcements video. I did not realize it would freak out on me like that, but I don't I don't really have the time to fix it at the moment. But yeah, it flickers to the guy from the announcement video with the white box over his head. There are a lot of people with boxes over their heads in this, like with censored boxes that are just like either white or black or there's a lot of different things going on. Um, yeah, so that's theoretically important. We've already watched a lot of this. Gosh darn it. Sorry, I am but a fool. Uh, yeah, so there's the missing posters of Rambu. I don't know how well you can see that. It's a lot clearer in the video itself rather than when it's, in a tiny screen and a tiny screen. But yeah, it's a picture of Rambu missing with, or missing poster for Rambu. Um, he's wearing a different mask than he's wearing in most of Generation Loss. In most of Generation Loss, he's got on a metal mask, but in this he's got a black fabric mask. And the missing posters are taped in the shape of the Generation Loss logo. I don't know how well you can see that. And they're taped to cover up everything except the words watch. And also the words everything. Both places it says everything here. Also note this is a video while, hold on, note, this is a picture and this is a video. Oh, there was another cut there, then I missed it. Oh, yeah, that one's just that one is the, date for the first, no, not the first episode. I think that was for the final, teaser. Or the next teaser, rather, which would be, announcement. Yeah, so we've got and there was another thing. Oh, yeah, so here on the missing poster, there's a phone number. You can actually call this number. I don't, I would not recommend it at this point because it's been 3 years and the number stopped working for this. Like, wait, no, it's not been 3 years. It's been 2 years and the number stopped working, like, shortly after this. But used to be, if you would call the number and say, hello, thank you for calling the Schofel Missing Persons Hotline. We appreciate your call, but you're not able to help us. Please hang up immediately. And then it would beep and say, your voicemail has been sent. Goodbye, and hang up on you. So there's a lot going on with that. Moving on. Wait a minute. There are people here. Sorry. We're gonna hold on. Give me one moment. This is why I have a be right back screen. Alright. I will return shortly. Okay, we're back. Sorry, some of my family members were leaving, and I promised them I would stop and say goodbye. Um, so yeah. Uh, Carrying on. Um, yeah. There's the Shuffle Media logo.
We are happy to welcome you to the Showfall Media family. Please join us for our special keynote on May 3rd of your time.
Notice how he says May 3rd of your time. Which would make sense if it was, say, they were, streaming this to like a different time zone and they were to say, like, say it's 1 o'clock here and it's 3 o'clock there, they would say 3 o'clock in your time. But in your time for a date, that doesn't quite make sense. There's a lot of theories to do with this. For right now, all I can say is keep that in mind for later, because if I explain any more, I'm just going to start explaining stuff that we're going to see in later trailers and in videos and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, wait, I had another note on this that I forgot about. Hold on. We're going to watch through this section again.
Showfall Media family. Please join us for our special keynote on May 3rd of your time. There's something going on here.
Wait a second. Y'all. So I had this marked down. I had a note marked down for how there's a weird silence at the end of it, like on those spam call voicemails, you know? Like how sometimes you'll get like a spam call and it'll have a voicemail and it'll be like 30 seconds long, but the message is only 20 seconds long and then there's 10 seconds of silence. Listening to it just now, I heard words. Somebody was talking there. I might be going crazy. Hold on, I've gotta turn up the volume on my thing so I can hear.
To welcome you to the Showfall Media family.
I don't know if
Please join us for our special keynote on May 3rd of your time. There's something going on here.
Ah, wait, I pressed the button. Okay, we're good. So that was... Okay. So that was somebody saying there's something going on here. It sounded like Rambu's voice. Okay. Wait, we're gonna... Hold on, I gotta make me a note of this. Make me a note of this one. Not silence Rambu? Question mark. Saying there's something going on here. No way. Anyways, moving on from here. May 3rd, I believe, is when the announcement video was released. Yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned the description of Connected just says welcome. Like that's the whole description going on there. Next video. No, I didn't say unpause that one. I said move on. Announcement. Yeah. This one's the longest trailer, I believe. And the marker designating it's Gen 1.
Hello, and welcome to Showfall Media.
Immediately, you can tell there's something wrong with this dude. Like, no normal person is like that. Like, what? He is standing real stiffly. The way he said hello. Like, that's not normal human behavior. It's just not. And if you pay attention, I don't think he blinks once throughout this whole video. Like, the dude doesn't blink. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I don't know why he's like this, but he is. And it's terrifying. Like, liminal space. Liminal space? Wait. Uncanny Valley. That's the one. I get all them words mixed up. My bad. Anyways, I missed what he said because I was distracted by how terrifying this half maybe person is. Moving on.
Hello, and welcome to Showfall Media. For years, we've provided endless entertainment for families all around this world.
Okay, I didn't mean to pause it on the glitch. That is a glitch that is necessary to look at. But provided endless entertainment, for one, make note of endless, for families all around this world. What does he mean, this world? Which world? Is it our world? Is it a different world? What's going on here? I don't know. We're gonna get there. And the glitch saying hello in red text. This is important. Carrying on. If I can get the tab to open.
We are more excited than ever to bring our influence to a new frontier with our new live experience. We have spent months developing, researching, and connecting with this new frontier.
One thing that was pointed out to me when I was going through this with my then boyfriend, is that he says they spent countless, I don't remember the phrasing, countless hours maybe, whatever it was, developing, researching, and connecting. That's the part that I find interesting. Is my face tracking not working? Oh, the light's dim. Alright, one moment. We're gonna turn the lights on. Wait a second. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Alright. You working now? Are you happy? Are you good? Okay. Okay, we're good. Yeah. So one thing that was pointed out to me, developing, researching, and connecting. Shouldn't that be the other way around? Shouldn't it be connecting, researching, and then developing? Like, because typically if say you've got a new, I don't know, say you're like traveling to a country or an island that is uncharted and there are people there. The first thing you do is you connect, and then you research, find out what's going on, and then you develop. You make your own civilizations, or maybe you help their civilization move along. That was a really bad analogy because I didn't think of one previously, or a really bad, poorly presented analogy rather. But that's typically what you do: is you connect, research, and then develop. Why is he doing it the other way around? Like, typically you would list things in chronological order, wouldn't you? Like, you would say that you are connecting, researching, and developing, not developing, researching, and connecting. It just sounds weird, you know? Anyways, we're gonna keep moving. See, as I said, a lot of lore going on here. I tend to stop things a lot. What? Wait, you're gonna go back a few seconds. See exactly what
Developing, researching,
no.
our new live experience. We have spent months developing, researching, and connecting with this new frontier, and we are thrilled with the results.
That was a really awkward cut there, and it feels so weird. Also note the guy has a Showful Media pin on his jacket. And it looks almost like his head is edited on to a mannequin, if that makes sense. I've never made this specific observation before, but it really does look like somebody just took a guy's like head and neck and edited it onto a mannequin or some other dude doing other things, which is really weird. But anyways, and then there was the glitch on screen that said where's the signal going, which is fascinating. But moving on.
With our state-of-the-art brand new technology, we're giving you, the viewer at home, control of aspects of our show.
Okay. Keep in mind the emphasis of you, the viewer at home. Because there is a connection to that a little bit later on. In the series itself, there's a couple points where somebody puts emphasis on you that seems to be connected to this. It may not be, again, this may just be me looking way too far into everything, but I can hope and try. Um, anyway, oh wait, he started glitching. Hold on, we gotta go back.
Control of aspects of our show. Your choices will matter, so be sure to make the right one, or the effects could be devastating for our hero.
And man, sir, I don't even have anything specifically to say about that section lore-wise. It's just I just find it the perfect amount of like terrifying, uncanny valley. It's great. I love it. Um, Carrying on.
Our hero will meet a cast of crazy characters who you may recognize, which are
Okay, so on the left would be Sneak Snag. And the right is, I believe, Slimesicle. I may be wrong about this because I'm not good at recognizing people without their eyes and mouths, which is, I think, the point. Um, but I believe I know the one on the left is Sneak because he left a comment on the video saying, "Who's that handsome guy on the left?" As Sneak does. And Charlie, it makes sense that it would be Charlie. And then, of course, the text saying, "Found them." Not entirely sure what this means. Probably important. Um, my best guess is it's connected to the missing posters somehow. One would assume. The Rambu's missing posters. I would assume it's connected to that. And that would make the most sense, but the specifics, who knows? Not I.
are sure to keep things entertaining,
Wait.
recognized, which are sure to keep things entertaining and unexpected.
Okay, talking about who you may recognize, which means that if this is a different world, it would mean that Showfall Media knows that they're famous in our world. Or thinks they are, which is you may recognize, instead of like famous people that you're gonna know on sight or things like that. It could also just be silly, normal little thing, but with everything else in this, I don't know what's important and what's not, so we're going with everything. Um, Also, I find it very funny how he's halfway through saying unexpected when it cuts into something else that is, one would assume, unexpected, which may suggest that this whole thing is scripted. I don't know. I'm not saying anything at this point, but you never know. Carrying on. Is this working? I don't have much time. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you are. It already found him. So it cut to, I don't know what you are for a brief moment. So whoever this is doesn't know where this is being broadcast to or who/what we are. And it already found him. It's still not entirely sure what it is. But whatever it is, found Rambu, one would assume. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that section specifically. But yeah, whoever this is very confused, and one would assume not Rambu himself, seeing as it has a picture up of Rambu saying it already found him. And even if Rambu is not the him in question, it would still, using all the with the poster in the background, Rambu has to be related to this in some way, shape, or form, and not just in the manner of the guy speaking, because that wouldn't make any sense. Um, so Rambu is either the him or the it. One would assume the him, because it's Rambu is missing and he has been found. But you never know, he might just be this crazy monster thing. I don't think he is after watching all this stuff, but I don't know. I'm never certain with things like this. Never certain. Um, and the words to the right visible are everything, which may or may not be important. Moving on. I already found him. It got everyone. Everyone but me. I have to save them. I have to stop this.
We are so excited to be showing you this world for the first time, which is
Yeah, and it's, again, showing you this world for the first time. It's implying that there's another world going on here. There's just so much, and I don't even know what 90% of it means, and this is why I get so into this and spend hours working on it.
for the first time, which is why we're not limiting it to just one show. That would be such a waste of this opportunity.
That's,
Be
again,
sure to join us for this 3-part viewing experience, starting on May 24th, continuing on May 26th, and concluding with our big finale on May 28th.
that's the big finale is weird. Because I can't talk too much about it at the moment because that would be severely spoiling the end of it. But there's a big finale that goes on, which involves things going off the rails for Showfall Media, one would assume. But this is another of quite a few clues indicating that it was actually planned. It didn't go off the rails, this was the script from the beginning, which is fascinating, but we're not gonna get any more into that right now. We're gonna get into that when we watch the things or go over the show or whatever it is that we end up doing. Let's finish out this video.
You can only find it on.
Yeah, and see that, hold on, no, go back. The blurred out face indicates that this is a different guy, that they had to do it and cut his face over. But I don't know. That might just be me being ridiculous. My current perspective on this is that there's a cutoff at the end, potentially because this was originally intended for another world, not for this world, our world. And they're trying again with a different world. But they use the same script for it, or the same video, they're reusing the video. And so it cuts off at the end because he says a different thing than whatever our actual chosen viewpoint is, which is Rambu's Twitch account, or Twitch channel. Yeah, there's so much going on in here. It's fascinating. And the description of this one is just let the show begin. Which is, I believe, in binary again. I don't remember. I just made note of the description, the normal words. Yeah, there's so much going on in this. I love it so much. I don't think there's anything else at the end of this, but we're gonna watch through it just in case. That's just the glitches going on. Yeah, twitch.tv/Romby Live, 6 p.m. EST. I was so upset I didn't get to watch any of these. Nope. No. We're moving on. Okay, so this is the video of the hero, and in the bottom right, we have a clip of Jen Lost the Game playthrough. Hero, yeah. This is, as I said, essentially just a final, final trailer for the thing, letting us know, reminding us that it's happening, all that sort of stuff. The interesting thing is it's titled The Hero. It's got an image that's seemingly the same one as the poster called The Hero, but it's not. Yeah, I gotta pull that up for y'all. Give me a moment. Come on. No, this laptop doesn't like me. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna open a new window so it doesn't glitch out my current one. Generation loss, the hero poster. Man, this search is slow. This laptop does not like me. Images. None of this is right. Are you really gonna make me go to the website and download it? Wow. That's wonderful. Yep. All the way over to the darn website. Sorry. It's gonna be one moment. One moment. Man, why do I not know any of the buttons on this darn laptop? I should by this point. I should know what I'm doing, but I don't. Alright, y'all get to stare at that wonderful image of Rambu. Come on. Button. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Alright, this is gonna be a real janky image. No, that's not what I wanted. It's the wrong one. Sorry. Technical difficulty. Should I put that up on the screen? Should I give you all my little technical difficulties? Alright. I'm moving things that I don't mean to be moving. Nope. No. You. Go down here. Technical difficulties. There we are. We're working on it. We're getting there. Print screen. Come on. Come on, I know you can do it. Come on, I know you can do it. You got this. Come on. There. Okay. Image. Add an image. Okay. We're adding an image. Image file. Come on. Man, I should have looked at this later. Earlier. Oh, you bugger. I need to look at it. Was it photos? It would be saved in photos. Why do I not know how to navigate this gosh darn computer? Huh. Saved to the screenshots folder. I know where that is. Surely I can find that. Ha 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 ha. Okay, we got it. So it's a different picture. It's not very clear, but it is a different picture. Like the main thing that I see on this is that the one on the left, his head is tilted to the side. It's to the left. Yeah, to the left. His head is tilted to the left. And in the one on the right, his head is straight up and down. There's also the difference of lighting that can be added in post, but I believe the genes the genes are different as well. It may just be glitch effect on that one, but there's a clip later on in the video where it shows a more zoomed out version and where you can see that his head is in fact up and down. It's a different picture. I don't know if this is relevant at all, but it is a thing that exists. We're gonna take away the picture. Delete. Farewell. Alright. gonna watch the video. I don't think there's anything in the bottom right corner of the screen, so that I didn't think this through very well, but it should be fine. Let's see. The music in this one is pretty sick. Spirit of the cabin, and then play the game. Jen lost that TV. I might want to full screen this one actually, and then deal with it afterwards. I think we're gonna. Oh, I gotta close out that tab. That's why it's being glitchy. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can go. I don't want you anymore. Oh man, I panicked right there. I thought I hit X too many times and closed out my streaming program. Man, that would have sucked. But anyways, we're gonna move on and full screen this video so we can see what's going on. This is a video by Eggs Aren't Memes. No clue who that is, but I appreciate him. Yeah, hold on. Forget I have to manually click. I can't do the button. So first thing to notice is that this is the dude who was, what's it? Oh yeah, this is little pixely dude who was representing Rambu in the other thingy. And also there are 6 question marks where his name would be. Rambu has 6 letters. Pretty obvious. He's got a box over his head, as most of the people do. So ... Where am I? Which is, I believe, it might not be Rambu's first line in The Spirit of the Cabin, but it's something similar, which it's not a one-to-one recreation of the cabin. But we've got the table, got the couch and the TV. It's definitely not a direct recreation, but it's similar enough that it's got the same, not same vibe, that's not what I'm trying to say. Whatever it is. It's representative of the cabin, I would say. Yeah, where am I? Walk up next to it, press it. Spacebar or tap on it. Yeah, those are controls. The door leads nowhere. Again, similar to the cabin in episode 1, though that doesn't make sense right now to anybody who hasn't watched Gen Loss. But we'll get there. And here we have the glitches. I spent 30 minutes clicking through this, frame by frame, the other day. I don't know if it's going to let me do it here. Yeah, it's not letting me go frame by frame through it. We don't need to at this point, but there's not much interesting in there. There's some interesting stuff. There's one thing specifically, I don't know if I can land on it. This. Yes, this seems to be the shape of a child, maybe, or just a person, I can't tell, with, a blob of green slime, mayhaps. That's the main relevant thing. There's some other images that pop in through there. Lots of stuff going on. Probably not relevant. It does seem to be made out of, lots of different, pieces of film. Frames of film. I don't know the terms for all of this. I'm too young to know that, but yeah, it does seem to be made up of a lot of different frames of film. Like that's what this looks like it is. In which case it would be like the reason it's so distorted would be that it's been corrupted via generation loss, which is apart from the series itself, Generation Loss a um is a concept with VHS tapes, specifically is where it started. It might still happen with like certain types of files, but the thing is, the more times you copy a tape, oh wait, I still have my technical difficulties thing on. Okay, my bad. The more times you copy a VHS tape, the more degraded it gets, and the more weird it looks. Hence images like this one. Um, but that's the only glitch that was really relevant. Yeah, that was it for this. The rest of it looks fascinating, but we can deal with it later. Yeah. Dude in a green shirt says, "You know you can't be out here like this for some reason." I don't know what that means. I have not a single clue. I did, by the way, go to the Wayback Machine, and check out the game, try to push my way into all sorts of random little secret alleyways, see if I could find anything. There isn't anything else. This dude got all of it. It's really a simple little game. Yeah. Blue shirt dude says you have to be careful around here. Again, I don't know what any of this means. I don't know why the dude has to be careful. We've got a stranger in a red jacket, which is the one that Rambu wears during Generation Loss. I may be wrong about that. Hold on. I will pull up the picture I have. I may or may not have one. No, that's not the one Rambu wears during Generation Loss. So that would be Hedge? I don't know. There's somebody in Gen Loss who wears a red jacket like that. I assumed it was Rambu, but I'm realizing now that it can't be. Because this is the Rambu, the main dude that we're playing as, and this is the Rambu that we see in Generation Loss. And I was thinking it might be like two different versions of Rambu, but I don't think so, actually. Moving on. There was a noise sound effect. Heard a weird noise behind that dumpster. Go check it out. Never a good idea. Never a good idea. Just leave it alone. But nope. Instead, you gotta move the dumpster. And there's a weird thingy there. No clue what it is, but it's a weird thingy. More glitches happen. Do I have notes on these ones? Yeah. Oh, there was that one bit. It was near the beginning of the glitches. This guy. Glitch amount, iterations, seed, start animation, load image, which is fascinating to be in a game like this. Or fascinating for Gen Loss lore in general. No clue what it implies, but might be something. Yeah, I think that's it. I also have a note on how blood shows up on a lot of the things. Like it's a VHS tape where some of the film has blood like splattered on it. Um, but anyways, yeah, moving on now. Everything is cracked and destroyed because of touching the weird thing. And the weird dude that may or may not be Hetch says the savior. Theoretically about himself. Blue shirt. The Taken. Again, theoretically about himself, one would assume that that's Sneak Snag, because he wears a blue shirt in Gen Loss. And then green shirt, theoretically, Charlie Slimesicle, who wears a green shirt, who is the villain, which is, again, fascinating. One wouldn't assume that Slimesicle would be the villain. I mean, he is the villain of episode 1, sort of, but it's more complicated than that. He's not just straight up the villain. That's it's just so fascinating and so well put together. I could spend hours trying to figure this out. Have spent hours. Then you press the button. More glitches, basically the same, those are basically the same screens as, or it glitches through. Not in the same order, but there's nothing new from the previous set of glitches, I don't believe. I think that's all just repeating stuff. And then you don't know what this is, which is yeah, and then stay tuned. May 24th, 6 p.m. EST. Or May 24th, 2023. Yeah, and it goes back to the website. Hold on, what was it? You don't know what this is. We gotta flip the screen back off so I can exit full screen. Right one? No. What are you? Window capture 3, of course. I knew that. Yup. I knew that. Wait a second. I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, yeah. Yep. We're good. We're good. Yeah, which one was it? Connected was the one that had all the little, uh, Connected was the one that had the posters and stuff. Yeah. You back on, go over here. Oh, please let the video load. I'm gonna be so upset if it doesn't. What was it? Because the line was, you don't know what this is. Oh, I full screened. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Do not watch, it isn't for us, lies. It's all changed, I'll stop it, do not watch, it isn't a show. Okay. I thought there was a line somewhere in there about you don't know what this is. Or we don't know what this is. But no, there does not seem to be. Gosh darn it. I guess we're gonna pop back over to the slideshow of the hero. Or the slide for the hero. You come back, go over there. You good? You loading? You happy? Please, thank you. Come on. Alright. And then we're gonna pop. I don't know what I'm doing. No, go to slide 11. That's what I want. Alright, so that's all of the teaser trailers for, Gen Loss. Wait, hold on a second. I don't remember how I've set up this slideshow. Sorry, y'all. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I don't remember if there's another slime. Slime. Man, I'm thinking too much about terminology. I swear I can talk. Yeah, okay, so this is the last slide for it. Alright, I thought that was the case, but I wanted to make sure so that I didn't miss anything important. Yeah, so this is the end of all of the teaser trailers. About maybe 10 minutes. Probably not 10 minutes. How many trailers are there? 5? Hold on. I gotta check my notes. I am but a fool with a very poor short-term memory. Got the original teaser. 3, 4, 5. Each of them at about, say they're 2 minutes each. That's maybe 10 minutes of content at most. Probably closer to 5. It took about an hour to go through it. I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to things like this. But yeah, next time we're gonna go through and I'm gonna give, starting with specific summaries of the episodes, followed by going over specific parts from each episode. I haven't yet decided if we're going to be watching the episodes together or if I'm just going to talk about specific things from them. Because I feel like it would be fun to watch the episodes together, but I would really rather not have all of the cursing on my channel. So we're gonna think about it and decide later. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna decide later. Maybe ask some people for advice. Figure out what to do. Wow. Tracking really does not like when I scratch my nose. That was insane. Anyways, yeah, gonna go over specific parts from each episode. If I end up not just watching it, if I have to, or if I end up putting together a slideshow and looking at individual parts, it's going to take a lot longer to get there. And so it's going to be a lot longer before I am at a point where I can go through and present all the things. Easiest solution is just to watch through it, but also I really don't want to have all the cursing, so I'm gonna deal with it when we get there, you know? Hopefully that'll be simple solution. Probably not, but you never know. Yeah, and then after that, going over the Founder's Cut, which involves both summarizing. Well, there's not really much of a summary of the Founder's Cut because the Founder's Cut is just an edited together version of the 3 episodes with some extra bits added in. Because all of the episodes together are, I think, over 6 hours of watch time, and the Founder's Cut is just over 2. So it's a lot. Um, but yeah, so there's a lot taken out. There's some new lines added in, some things re-recorded, all the things like that. In the Founder's Cut, and there's some important lore details added. So it's important that we look through it, see some of the things that are there. But yeah, so that's probably going to be a third separate thing. We may, considering there's 6 hours of watch time, and I'm gonna want to talk a lot. It's probably going to be really long streams, so I'm likely only going to do one of the episodes at a time, even if, uh, what's I saying? Even if I go through slideshows and don't just watch them through, probably only going to do one episode at a time. I'm also reconsidering doing summaries of the episodes, beforehand. Like, I don't know that that would be great, um, especially if we're just watching them. Um, we might not end up not doing summaries, just doing like an overall summary of what happens in the episodes or like the premise of them, not anything specific. That way you can watch it through all together. But yeah, I'm gonna decide on that in a little while. And so yeah, I think that's it for stream today. Um, I should probably pop back over to my talking place. Oh, you're rotated to the right now. I gotta rotate back forwards. Come on. Yay! There we go. Ah! That's the wrong tab. But, yeah. I hope y'all were able to enjoy this. At the very least, then my insanity will not have been entirely for nothing. At least I can bring somebody else some enjoyment through this. Yeah. So if you're interested in uh the other things, then make sure to tune in for the next stream. I'm not entirely sure when that'll be, and I may stream something in between now and then because I still have to play more the second Cats Are Liquid game. I have to do that, though it may be a little while since mobile connection is not happy with me for the laptop, and I was also planning on playing was it Identity V at some point. Um I may have to put the games off until I get a laptop that can process things better. Um or a setup rather that can process things better. But um regardless, I'm going to continue this sometime in the near future. Hopefully within the next week or so. But gotta decide on exactly what I'm doing and potentially put together a slideshow or edit some of the video, cut out some of the curses, or cut out all of the curses, or as many as I can find at least. Um, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed today's stream, and hope you'll tune in for the next one, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner this time than 2 weeks. My bad about that, by the way. Things got real busy, but yeah, hopefully I should be able to stream in less than 2 weeks this time since we're back to normal summer schedule and not events all over the place. But yeah, I hope to see you next time. And in the meantime, don't forget to consider religious extremism. Bye!